Hello, I'm Amelia Lummis. I'm a singer-songwriter currently studying songwriting and performance at university, and I am about to turn 21. Like, literally, when this video comes out, it will be the day before my birthday. And in those 21 years, I have written 121 songs. I mean, unless I've written any between now filming this and my birthday, but realistically, I've written 121 songs. And this is how. Firstly, when I say 121 songs, I am talking about completed, start to finish, all of the words written, everything done, songs. So I'm not including any of the probably hundreds and hundreds of work in progresses that I have, or any of the ones I kind of abandoned. And I'm also only counting ones that I wrote by myself. I've also included some that I've top-lined, which is where you write a song over backing that you haven't necessarily done. But because I've done all the melody and the lyrics entirely by myself, I felt that I can count that, even though technically I'm not the only one within that. There are only maybe 2 or 3 of them anyway. The earliest official song that I have on record, I know it wasn't actually my first, maybe the second or third, but it's the only one I have as a recording, was a Christmas song that I wrote in December 2016 back when I was 12. Thankfully, I still have access to the account, so I was able to private it, but I did post it to YouTube back at the time, which is how I still have it now.
So I said,
After that, there was a bit of a jump to around 2018. I mean, I know I was writing songs, but I don't have the records of them, so obviously I can't count them. I do remember how one of them during this time went, and because I know the chords and I still remember all of the words, I have counted it because I know that I finished it and I know that I definitely did. Hey, it's gonna be okay. I can see you calling out to the stars. As well as that, I also have this video from 2018, but I don't actually know if I ever finished it because I only have snippets of a video from it, so I haven't counted it because I don't know if it's actually finished and I haven't done anything with it since.
you make my world shine brighter. You make me smile every time I think about you. You know how to cheer me up, and I love to laugh at your awful joke. It's cold outside in the air, midnight.
I used to write my songs and notes about them, like chords and the words, on paper, which is why I don't really have any records of some of my older songs. I think eventually I stopped either remembering how they went or lost the sheets of paper that I had. So I switched to writing on the notes app on my phone and using the voice recorder to always get ideas down. And I'm really glad I did, because now I can see the exact dates when I started writing them, the exact times even for a lot of them. And it's nice to see how far they've come.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I go and lose everything I feel for just a second and be.
I do always like listening to the original recordings for the first ever 10 seconds or whatever of an idea that I had of my songs, because it's really cool to see how much they have actually changed over time. For example,
Leave me on the floor so I can say you're murderable. I was already dying when you called. Leave me or believe me.
blah blah blah, something, whatever. That recording turned into this song.
Lay me on the floor and I will feel you're murderable. I'm always in clown makeup when you call. So leave me or believe me, I've been screaming way too long.
And another one.
Half dead and all dead tired, I made my bed, but I don't wanna
Here is how the years have been split. By the date that I first started writing them, or whatever my earliest record of them is, I wrote 4 when I was 14, 5 when I was 15, and another 5 at 16. I wrote 15 when I was 17, and then when I was 18 and 19, I wrote 29 songs. And so far, 20, I have written 32. I think it's really cool to see how much I've actually gone up in numbers. I do always make sure that I'm favouring writing quality over quantity, so I don't care about the numbers too much, but I do think it's cool. The breakdown of how I wrote the songs were that I wrote 52 just on guitar, 38 just on piano, 8 that were kind of a mix of both that I kind of went back and forward between, and 22 have been either entirely or using a mix of instruments and my computer, using my MIDI keyboard and fake instruments and getting the songs written that way. It's interesting and something I didn't start doing until maybe a year and a bit ago. I have found it quite useful a lot of the time. I mean, I prefer writing exclusively on an instrument, but when it's about making it easier to kind of visualize things, sometimes I like using my computer too. 30 of the songs that I've written were finished in under a day. 10 of those were under an hour, with the fastest 3 being 37, 35 and 30 minutes. To purge myself of the memories, 'cause I'm trapped with all my enemies, my greatest fear, my anxiety. When it comes to actually how I wrote the songs, most of them started with either messing about with chords, either on guitar or the piano, and coming up with a melody to go with whatever sequence I choose, and kind of letting the lyrics come after that, or with a line that I think is either fun or clever or interesting, and then using that, whatever the line is, and turning it into a song by finding a melody and putting chords to it and the music after. It's kind of a random split between them, and lots of them I don't actually officially know, but I think those are definitely the main 2 ways. There are a couple random songs that didn't kind of start like that, but realistically they all started with voice notes and me writing down chords and going from there. From a more lyrical perspective, I consider 22 of them to be kind of love songs, 34 of them to be kind of break-up-y in some way, whether it's like an angry or like a sad or kind of hopeful one, and 38 of them are about mental healthy kind of things like anxiety and things like that. 3 of the songs I've written are Christmas songs, and lots of the others are about random things or kind of a mix of all the 3, or about something else entirely, some of which I did for uni, some of which were just my own kind of thing. When it comes to the themes and the ideas behind the songs, some of my songs were actually written for random reasons or with different inspirations. A couple of them were actually based around fictional characters or stories or TV shows that I like, because I find that's a good way to get inspiration when, life's getting a bit dull. So there are definitely a couple that have their basis in fiction, and I quite like them and I think they're fun, so I'm going to keep doing that. There are also a couple songs that I started on the basis of wordplay or getting a theme in, whether it's getting as many words to do with this into a song, or getting as many kind of numbers in, or those kind of things. I think it's a good starting point for a song, but it's also a challenge, so it kind of works both ways at the same time. I think it's actually been really interesting looking back at the dates of when I wrote various songs, because I can see that I really went through some phases within my writing. I wrote my first 14 and more, because all of the period that I don't have records for were all on guitar. That was what actually got me into writing, because I got given a charity shop guitar for my 12th birthday, and that was what kind of started me off. And then one time, because I had learned piano to maybe grade 1 or something when I was maybe 6, I knew some chords and I kind of knew my way around a piano. So one time I randomly decided, oh, you know what, I'm going to try and play a song on piano, and I got obsessed with that. And I think my next maybe 16 were all on piano. I have performed, I think, 62 of the songs that I've written live in front of people, but I do have plans to get quite a few more of them done with a band and everything. And I do like being able to share my songs in a way that's something other than just demoing them. And it can be fun getting to sing my songs in like a live setting. Over the years, some of my best kind of writing spells have been December 2022 to January. I wrote quite a few songs on piano. Then on guitar, October 2023, I wrote some of what are even now my favourites, and that kind of started me on a more kind of rockier rather than nice, soft, slow songs, and I really love them. Then, literally a year later, kind of October to November 2024, I wrote a good maybe 5 songs in a relatively short period that I love, and they're some of my favourites that I've ever written. And then back in January 2025, just gone, I wrote 6 songs in a week, and I did a video about that, so you should check that out. And I do actually really like all of those songs, so yeah, that's quite fun. Of course, within the 121 or whatever, I have a couple favourites, but all for different reasons, and I do like most of them. There are probably some that I would happily chuck in a bin, but realistically a lot of the songs I've written I like, and some just stick out a bit more. One that's just a random one that I like is called In the Morning, because it's got a kind of counting aspect to it. The song starts with, I'm a mess at 1 in the morning, I don't know what to say. It then changes to, I'm a mess at 2 in the morning, I can't find the words. And again, later on in the song, I'm a mess at 3 in the morning, I can't close my eyes. On top of that, it also has the added fun little bit of the pre-chorus and the chorus doing its own counting. You had one chance to save 2 hearts for free. I thought it'd be easy, thought you'd do it for me. And at 5 in the morning, I'll call you home, but after 6 rings, I know I'm all alone. So now I'm dancing between the 7 sins, trying to figure out what I ate last night. Other than that one that I knew I kind of liked randomly, there were also some that I'd basically forgotten about until I was going through them all to make this kind of list. And yeah, here are some random snippets of them. I confess I know less than all of the voices inside your head. Never leave, because I believe in the ghost of 7 a.m. Get out of bed, turn on your eyes and screw on your head. It's the beginning of the end. Lots of them are actually kind of the sadder, softer sounding ones that I don't really play as much because it's not my kind of vibe at the minute, but I definitely should because I was listening to them again and I do actually quite like them. Then there are other songs that I have where I really like a specific section of it. There are some songs where I really like the verse. I'm loosely accused and accuser, I guess it's all in my head. I've been talking to the mirror, but she won't listen either, and I know what comes next. Save me, I'm falling down, and I never wanna hit the ground. I've been upside down, so flip me the right way. Then there are the ones that I like for the pre-chorus. And your head going up your shoulders, on your
I run out of energy, lose all my memory, never get better. Or up it and leave it, or fuck it, regret it, or no, I need help.
And then the ones I like for the chorus, and despite that being the main part of the song, it's not normally my favourite, so the ones that are do stick out.
Seems like every day now I feel like a fraud when you tell me you're proud.
And that one's also actually my favourite because it's quite nice to sing. It's like fun and loud, and I get to just kind of go for it. And there are a couple others where I like it because of that as well. I am such a big fan of bridges, so I think basically every single one of my songs that I've ever written has either a bridge or a B section. But there are also ones where I have my favourite bridges, and these are some of them.
So go, run away and hide. We both know your collarbones are a lie. You hope they see, but you're scared they might. If you share, you know they'll see you in a different light.
I can't ignore, when talking about bridges, some of the songs that I have that have done key changes. I think I've done maybe 12 songs that change key, but a few of them are just kind of basic, go off a tone or semitone or whatever right at the end. But there are some that I think I've done quite well, if I do say so myself, and I really like them because of it.
I'm serious. If I could do it all again, I would.
Overall, I just think it's sick that I've been able to write so many already, and I'm just looking forward to all of the songs I'm going to write in the future as well. I really hope you've enjoyed this, and if you did, please like, comment and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you want to wish me happy birthday for tomorrow, you should do that. But no, I really appreciate anything, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!